Happening, guys? We're coming at you from Animal City. Here's a turtle. I'm on the 10th floor in Miami. Here's Luca. Hey, buddy. He's very cute.
You're not gonna post this.
There is a cat. Yeah, that's the intro, man.
Okay.
It's high energy intro. What's up, guys? We're coming at you from the Turtle Sanctuary up here in the 10th story of our friend's apartment down the aisle from Lindsay, Austin's sister. What's up, Linz?
Hey, Linz.
Thanks for letting us stay at your place. But yeah, today we're throwing up a vlog. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Lots been happening on the road a lot. We always say that we don't want to be on the road a lot, and it ends up happening every time.
Well, it's what you have to do.
Yeah.
And I think it is
kind of the reality, you know?
It creates a love-hate relationship. On the one hand, you have the best times. On the other hand, you just get exhausted and miss routine. So today we're going to talk a little bit about kind of that, in this essence of the love-hate. It's the feast and the famine of entrepreneurship. How you're in the savannah, you're in the desert, nothing's coming your way, and then the next moment you have an oasis and everything is just gravitating towards you all at once.
Creates an illusion too, though, because the highs of entrepreneurship are so high. It's like pure, complete like happiness, ecstasy, validation of everything you're doing in your life. And you're like, how can this get any better? But at this point, you know, having been doing this for a few years now, I sort of know that what goes up must come down, and it always just happens that way. That it's going to come back down. So, gotten a little bit better about knowing that that's going to happen, not being shocked when it does, but. Yeah, when you create things, the beautiful thing about entrepreneurship is the ability to create things out of thin air, whether it's opportunities, partnerships, funding, projects, friends. So that's definitely like one of the benefits and one of the things I love about it, but it can also it just won't be there if you don't go get it yourself. So yeah, there's only so much you can take.
And you have to go through the famines in order to get there. And essentially, like, that feeling, oh my god, the turtle's touching me. We had this huge thing about the turtle, may not be diseased, so be careful. Alright. Okay, alright, survive the turtle. Lean back a little bit. So yeah, there we go. Okay, but yeah, you have to survive the famines, and the high, what's so good about it is that you are achieving exactly what you want to do. You have this inspiration and this idea in your mind. You go out and you're motivated to make it happen, and then out of nowhere, you made it happen. Literally, it's like pulling something out of a hat.
Yeah,
and
totally.
It's nothing short of addicting, and I don't know. Lately, I've been seeing entrepreneurship very much as just your work that you love, which is your pursuit of your destiny. And I think that once we all like move past our fears and insecurities of not thinking that we're good enough to live our best lives, we can start to live them. And then we're talking here now because it's contagious when you experience that. Is what brought us together in the first place.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's true, man. It's pretty cool to be able to it's shocking though sometimes to be in such a deep valley, and I've been in a couple ones recently related to beneath the waves, also tempo. Just you have to push forward through all the initiatives, and like for me, it's been a real mental exercise because you might have a bad week or two in one of the ventures, but you can't forget about the other one. Especially with tempo, things are just so all hands on deck right now. I mean, it's a true full-on startup. That's literally what it is. And right now we're trying to hustle so that we can create more funding to get us through like the next 2 years. So it's pretty crazy, man. You know, 1 minute I'm calling coffee shops in Chicago, and the next minute I'm getting ready for an expedition. It's not 50-50. It changes frequently, but a lot of my effort's been going to sparkling tea lately. I'm happy for that because it's really gives me a chance to do something different, but it's a whole other set of challenges.
Yeah, dude, it's completely different. And so coming off of that, I think that we both sort of had feasts this week. We both experienced some great breakthroughs. For me, my personal business with Nomad Creative and making some amazing sales, working on some amazing gigs, and just expanding my and expanding myself here in South Florida. And also Beneath the Waves had some good victories this week. It was World Oceans Week.
Yeah, World Oceans Week was good. Went up to New York and did a talk, which was a good one. And was able to rally some support, which is always really nice, so we can keep doing the job we're doing. And that just kind of came out of nowhere, and it actually kind of inspired me to go hustle a little bit more than I had been doing.
Yeah.
It was good.
Awesome. Pause.
My business partner Ryan shared a statistic with me that I think it's like 30% of entrepreneurs experience depression at some point, and conflict with your partners, can lead to companies failing. Luckily, we have a great relationship, and I don't think that's going to happen. But I'd be lying if I said that, like, the depression thing, I can totally see that. And I'm not depressed, and I feel lucky that that hasn't happened to me. But I feel for people who have, and certainly a lot of my friends have. And there have definitely been moments though where I could have seen it going there. And it's we put so much of our mental identity into these businesses, and so much of our value of our existence into what we're doing professionally. And sometimes it's really just crucial to take a step back from it and say, okay, everything's okay here. I need to just take a pause. Like, personally, me, I'm always one to like really push hard on things and try to see them through. And like, I want something to happen, so I'm going to work super hard to get it done. And I like it when I get the result, because it's a validation of what I'm trying to do. There are periods in entrepreneurship, there are periods in just trying to go after things where you push really hard and nothing comes back. And you're like, what the hell? I need to push harder, and it's still not happening. And it's just, there are breaks in the universe, man. That's what I've realized, that you have to just accept that there are going to be times when things are slow. And if you try to push them, that's when you can get into those really kind of negative states. So just realizing that it's okay to take a step back. It's okay to say no. And sometimes you just have to take that time. So I'm getting better at it, but I still have a lot of practice to do.
Yeah, I mean, and personally, those states, when you're not making things happen, that's when you can most likely get bummed. And honestly, this week there were 2 suicides in the success world between Anthony Bourdain and Kate Spade. And it's totally normal to have feelings where things are going tough, you're bummed, you're like sad, don't have this positive outlook as you always do, but also life comes in waves and that's going to pass. But it's okay with having those feelings, it's okay communicating them. There shouldn't be shame or guilt in reaching out to anyone, even a vlog, talking about how you feel. It's not weird to just make a post about how you're feeling emotionally down that week, because that's less popular, you won't get as many likes or comments. That shouldn't be your worry. Honestly, it's a social platform where we can share how we feel, not just sharing about what we feel like the market wants to see and how we want to be perceived. So,
you can't always be crushing it, and there's no place in the universe for that. I think that what happened with Anthony Bourdain is like something I really looked up to. Is like,
same.
No matter how successful you are, like, there's a lot of stuff behind closed doors that we're not privy to, and our society, like, we want to believe that everybody's always firing on all cylinders and that everything's perfect, and we curate these posts that paint this picture of idealism and everything's okay, but it's not always true, and we have to just be real with ourselves, and that's where the communication comes in. And people in my life who are there for me, I really appreciate it, and everybody should offer that to their friends.
Yeah, and just because social media is 365 and you should put your best self forward doesn't mean that you always have to be feeling exactly that way. I mean, it's like no one is extremely stoked having the best day of their life 365 days in a row. And there are some incredible people and entrepreneurs out there that maintain sort of like these amazing states. But I think it's just sort of like being honest with ourselves and not feeling down about having to take a step back or having to talk about a defeat instead of avoiding the social gathering because you don't have a victory to talk about.
Yeah, but, and every now and then, a turtle's going to touch your foot, and you just need to be ready for when that happens, because that's life. Sometimes things are unexpected. So embrace the turtles in life, get out there, get it done, talk to your friends and family, and spread the love.
Yeah, it's not that bad when the turtle touches your foot. You don't immediately die or get disease. So just stay positive and don't be afraid to express, your true self. So thanks for tuning in.
Peace.
Listening today. We'll catch you guys on the flip.
Missing someone.